All right, welcome back to the KC Sports Report. As always, I'm your host, Michael Darcy, and today I'm going to break down some of the recent Kansas City Chiefs news. So, Chiefs Kingdom, in this video, we have an update on Clyde Edwards-Helaire's injury, some MVP talk, Travis Kelce potentially being the Offensive Player of the Year, and let's go over some of the Chiefs Pro Bowl nominees. So we got a ton to get to in this video, but if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe. We've been working really hard here on the channel to bring you guys the best Chiefs content on YouTube, and I would really appreciate it if you did subscribe. We're very close to hitting 4.1K, so I hope everybody enjoys this video, and with that being said, let's get into it. The Chiefs had 7 players that were voted into the 2020/2021 Pro Bowl that's actually going to be virtually. So, in my opinion, that sounds pretty stupid. I mean, why would you do something virtually? I think they're going to play Madden or something like that. But, the Pro Bowl is kind of just for fun. You don't really take it seriously. And hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, these 7 players won't even be playing in the game because they'll be too busy prepping for the Super Bowl. So, with that being said, let's go over the 7 players that were voted into the Pro Bowl. The first one was Patrick Mahomes. There's no shock there. You got Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Chris Jones, Eric Fisher, Tyrann Mathieu, and the 7th and final player is quite possibly the most shocking player that got voted into the Pro Bowl. And that player is Frank Clark. Yeah, the Frank Clark with like 4 sacks on the season is going to be able to play in the Pro Bowl. That just makes no sense to me. I don't even know how that's even possible. Like I said, the guy's got like 4 sacks. He's not a Pro Bowler, but, that just kind of shows you that the Pro Bowl is all a popularity contest. Because, like I said, there is no reason at all why Frank Clark should be in the Pro Bowl. But hey, I guess the people have spoken and the fans have elected who they want, and I'm not complaining, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. So, the Chiefs did have 7 players go to the Pro Bowl and that were voted in, but hopefully, like I said, if everything goes according to plan, the Chiefs will be playing in a Super Bowl rather than attending a virtual Pro Bowl. So that's good news to hear. Now let's get into the Patrick Mahomes MVP talk. So last week I made a video with Michael Hebner, and we kind of went over the situation as it stood then. But a lot has changed in a very short time. Aaron Rodgers played the Panthers on Saturday night, and he didn't look good. I mean, it was just a fact. I think he threw for like less than 200 yards and 1 touchdown, while Mahomes had a fantastic game yesterday in New Orleans against the best defense in the NFL. And I think that the MVP should now go to Patrick Mahomes. They're very close in touchdowns. I think Rodgers has like 40. Mahomes, if I'm correct, has like 35, 36. Mahomes is just flat out destroying Rodgers in passing yards, and the interceptions are very close too. I think Mahomes has got 5 and Rodgers has 4. So right now, based off the performance we saw from Pat in the Superdome in Louisiana, you got to give it to him because that was the best performance I think I've seen from Pat this year. He didn't have everything going at all times, but guess what? You're going up against a top-notch defense on the road in a tough environment, and you can't really ask for more. He was able to throw for 3 touchdowns and like 254. So he didn't put up the mind-boggling stats, but when you really look at it, he had a very good game. So in my opinion, Patrick Mahomes so far is your 2020 NFL MVP. Now the next topic is about Travis Kelce, and in my opinion, he's the Offensive Player of the Year in 2020. Now, if he was able to pull this off, it would be probably the most shocking performance by a tight end in NFL history. I mean, right now, he's on pace to just shatter the tight end receiving record set by George Kittle in 2018, I believe, or something like that. But if you guys remember, Travis Kelce broke that record, and Kittle got like 10 more yards or something like that. But the reason that I think that Travis Kelce should be the Offensive Player of the Year is he's like 6 yards short of DeAndre Hopkins for leading the league in receiving yards. For a tight end, you don't see that. I mean, he is literally changing the tight end position. And this is all coming after a major contract extension that the Chiefs gave him this offseason. So that was money well spent. and we're really seeing what Travis Kelce can do. I mean, I think he's the best tight end in the game, and I think that it's only fair that he gets Offensive Player of the Year because he's changing the position. Not only is he just shattering every record and helping Mahomes win games, but he's also blocking very well. And I think that was a facet of his game that a lot of people did not take seriously. Everybody said, oh, Travis Kelce's not a very good blocker, but he has great hands. But this year, I think he leads the league in blocking for tight ends. So that narrative is just false. So in my opinion, Travis Kelce is the Offensive Player of the Year because I think that he's going to finish with the most receiving yards out of any player in the NFL. Not just a tight end, any player in the NFL. And when you change your position, you deserve Offensive Player of the Year. And finally, the last topic that I wanted to get to in this video was an update on Clyde Edwards-Helaire's injury. So a lot of Chiefs fans were concerned that Clyde's injury was going to keep him out for the rest of the season. I know I was one of those people, but I guess I was wrong. Reading this via my Instagram, which I do post on a lot more frequently, it says that Clyde Edwards-Helaire suffered a hip and an ankle injury yesterday, but the x-rays came back negative, which is a major positive. This is all coming from Andy Reid, and they said that they'll know more after the MRI that he's going to have performed on him. But the early expectation is that Clyde Edwards-Helaire is done for the year, but he could come back for the playoffs. From what I've seen, he's got like a hip injury and a high ankle sprain, which it just doesn't seem right to me. I don't really understand why he couldn't even walk. I mean, we've seen players get a high ankle sprain and still be able to walk. But I guess this is good news. I think that there's a chance he comes back for the playoffs, and we could use him. I mean, we really could use him. In the playoffs, you got to be able to run the ball very effectively. It's cold. You got to be able to pound the rock, get those yards on the ground, and close out games. And I think that's why Clyde is so valuable. We need him back so we can get our running game back. Unless Le'Veon can just take that job and just run with it, I think that Clyde coming back sooner rather than later is a good thing. But yeah, that's kind of all I got. I mean, the good news all around the board is that Clyde is getting better. Travis Kelce's having a monstrous year. Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. I mean, I have never seen a guy like Patrick Mahomes in my life. A guy that constantly, week in, week out, he finds a way to make plays and he helps his team win. And that's something that Aaron Rodgers does, but nobody, and I mean nobody, does it like Patrick Mahomes. So again, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is out with a high ankle sprain / hip injury. Patrick Mahomes is putting up MVP-type numbers. In my opinion, he's the MVP so far. Travis Kelce is leading the league in yards by a tight end, very close to very close to overtaking DeAndre Hopkins for leading the entire league in receiving yards, and 7 Chiefs players got elected to the Pro Bowl. Thank you for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, like and subscribe for more of the best Chiefs content on YouTube. You can also support the channel through the Patreon and follow us on Instagram. The links to those are in the description. You just listened to the KC Sports Report by Michael Darcy.